What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at some Hasbro figures from their most recent Pulse Con. So both of these were exclusive to Hasbro Pulse, and we just got them more recently, so I figured we'd do them here together since they're both part of that Pulse Con, along with that Star Wars Black Series Stap with Battle Droid, but it shipped pretty much immediately, so we got that a while ago. But these two figures look cool. So from Marvel Legends, we have Kang the Conqueror with his chair, which looks cool. Of course, Kang, was supposed to be part of the MCU, so they probably set up for that, but the plans changed. But we still got him here in the figure in the comic form, which of course is what we would prefer, but Kang the Conqueror there in his chair. We can also spin around and see different pictures, so Kang on the side and then him sitting up in his chair. We get different face plates as well that we can switch out for Kang. Just looks really cool for this big box design, and awesome that he's going to come with that floating chair. And then from G.I. Joe, we have Starduster, which looks pretty cool. So it's just a jetpack sort of guy, so he comes with a jetpack so he can fly around. Just looks pretty decent overall for him. There's a picture of him from the side and then him on the back there flying, being chased by some Cobra. So looks pretty awesome there. I'm excited to check him out as well. So let me get these figures open out of the box and we'll take a look at them together. Well, let's start off with Kang the Conqueror, whose real name is Nathaniel Richards. Now, he first appeared in the comics as Rama Tut in the Fantastic Four number 19, but then later appeared as Kang in the Avengers number 8. So he's a time traveler with several identities that have appeared over the years as Rama Tut, Immortus, Scarlet Centurion, Victor Timely, Iron Lad, Mr. Griffin, and Dr. Doom. And he's a descendant of Reed Richards from the 31st century. He was fascinated with history and discovered a time travel technology created by Victor Von Doom, so he uses this to begin traveling through time, using various identities to live alternate lives and trying to conquer Earth. Now, of course, he has no superpowers aside from super intellect, but he wears the battle armor with enhanced strength and durability, as well as the ability to time travel and shoot concussive blasts. So he looks pretty cool. Of course, this is pretty much Kang we've already had before, like we've seen more recent. I can't remember what wave it was from, but it's pretty much that same figure over again. I'll show you that comparison. They just switched the head out, and then we can switch the face plates and all that. But this here just looks like Kang, so it looks pretty good with this purple and green outfit. So it has like this green sort of outfit that comes down almost like tunic, comes down, hangs down a little bit lower. Love like the lighter green color it has on it. And then he's got the purple designs as well. Nice like metallic-y sort of purple. So around his neck and helmet design coming down the center to the belt, so it goes all the way around. We get the gloves and gauntlets on his hands there. He does have some green pants as well that go into the thigh-high boots, so the boots that go on his feet all the way up to his thighs, and they have little like line designs on them as well. Again, this is all the same Kang we've had before, but then we get his face, so the all blue face there of Kang, not his real like face design, it's the covering, like so he can be in space and all that sort of stuff, so it kind of covers it up. I like the nice lines on his face, like those line designs there. You can see his teeth all gritted, just looks pretty angry in this form, and then the rest of his helmet design there. So not the most interesting design for Kang, just pretty basic, just looks like basic Kang, so can't really complain too much, but it is cool with this one specifically that we get different faces that we can switch it out with. But we'll do his movement, so his head will twist all the way around. He can look down that far and up that far, so not a whole lot of range, unfortunately. I don't know if his neck is just stuck. Oh, it does look like there's a disc there, so there we go. Now we get good range, so there's down and there's up, so pretty good range, I guess. It was just stuck there. Then we get the shoulders that come up to 90, and it'll rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint that'll bend to 90 with rotation, and then down to the wrist that'll twist around and has the flex back and forth, a little bit stiff, but back and forth. Then we go to the ab crunch, so it's just at his waist, so he'll crunch back and forth a little and twist all the way around. Then we get the hips that'll come up to 90 and out to the side that far. Thigh twist there, just where the boots come up. Double knee joint that'll bend up that far to the back, not far at all from kicking his butt. And then down to the foot, rock back and forth and twist side to side. So pretty decent movements, except for those single elbow joints. You get a much better range of those. But again, it's going to be the exact same figure, even still pinless. So it's a newer figure design. So not like redoing an old figure or anything. But like I said, the feature with this is that we can switch out the face plates. So we get different faces. Now in the comics, Kang participates in the Council of Cross-Time Kang. So we kind of saw that if you saw, I can't remember if it was the Loki series or Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania. There was a scene where there was just a bunch of various Kang versions sitting in a big arena. That's what these are from. But these are just faces that appeared in the comics, so they're not really specifically to anything. But first we get like this sort of like lizard-like design, almost like he's some sort of like weird lizard creature. I love how he's got like the big like beak-like lip sort of design. I don't know how to describe it, with the lower lip sort of sticking out there, but love it in the all green with the yellow eyes. Still has the blue lines that sort of run down his face. And then we get this one that looks just more normal humanish. Obviously the eyes are really weird and creepy there. Has weird little design just above his nose as well. Kind of just looks odd, but has has that more human skin tone to it, but again, it has the blue lines running down it as well. So we get those different face plates. So let's switch them out. And to do that, all you do is just sort of like get on the side, just get the face sort of worked off a little where you can get it pulled out and it'll come out like that. So just like the other face plates we've seen with other figures in the past. And then we can pop this plate in. So there he is with the green face, which I do like that just because, you know, the green goes with the outfit a little bit more. So we get the green face and then the more human looking face there as well. Of course, those eyes look like he's demented and has seen some things. So that looks good as well. But of course, for me, I'm always going to prefer just the normal Kang blue face. So that's just what I'll stick with, but it is nice to get those other faces to give different options. He also comes with additional hands, so we get these more like claw-like hands, so reaching out, grabbing onto something, hands we can use, and then he also gets a hand with a trigger finger, which will come in handy, so let's switch this out. So there's that, and it is only for the left hand, so he is left-handed here. And then we get some guns to give him. So first we get this gun. Now I don't know exactly what these do. I assume they have to do with like time travel and things like that. But I couldn't figure out what they did. But this nice little pistol, love like this pink design on it. The big like bulb design on it there just looks good. So we can put this in his hand. So there's Kang with the pistol there. And then we also get his big gun, which is usually like Kang with Kang's, obviously not this design, but he always comes with a bigger gun like this. Again, I think it has to do with like time travel and stuff. Get a little bit of that pink design in the center and just overall a nice design for the big gun. Just looks good overall. And what's cool about this is that we also get an effect that we can put in the end of it. So we get this blue effect that has a little bit of pink in the center, and this will plug in the end of it. So we get this nice effect design there together with this gun. So let's put this into his hand. So there's the gun in Kang's hand. Not easy at all to get this in his hand. I had to take the hand out and just get it worked around the handle till I finally got it fully latched on there and then pop it back in. And of course it's a big gun, so it doesn't really even work too well with his arm designs and all that. So not the easiest to hold this gun with him, but you know, I did the best I could there, you know, trying to get him. Of course, I can't really get him to look like he's firing or anything. Obviously it is there off to the side. So it looks cool that he comes with the big gun, you know, like I said, kind of a classic thing for Kang coming with a giant gun like this. But like I said, it's just way too big for him, so it's really not that good looking. But thankfully with this Kang, he does also come with a chair. So we get his time chair, which is pretty cool. This nice big chair design that we can sit him in. It's up on a clear base here, so it'll put him up in the air and just has a really nice design. Love the blue at the bottom here where it's sort of like see-through. Obviously, if you look straight down, it doesn't look the best, but here just a nice see-through design with the like steps going up in the back. Then we get a big chair for him to sit in with this little blue designs off to the side. So it reminds me a lot like we've seen with like MODOK and stuff with his chairs, just what this reminds me of. But just really nice design all around for this. The all gold design, a little bit more like bronze there and stuff. The brown like leather seats and all that. So just looks really nice. So let's go and put Kang in the chair. So there's Kang in the chair. Not the easiest to get in there just because obviously he doesn't really sit too well. You know, have limitations there with his feet. So it's not the easiest to get him to sit in, but you can just try and pose him up however you want to have him ruling in his chair. And I think overall that looks pretty decent. Now, of course, we do also have this older Kang. Like I said, we got it more recently. Everything about it's going to be exactly the same, like same colors, all the joints, everything about it's the same. The only difference is the face plate. So this is a more stoic face. So we could switch this out. Of course, the color is a little bit different with the purples. Doesn't match exactly, but you could easily switch these heads out to have like a stoic face there if you wanted instead of the angry face with the teeth grid and all that. Of course, I feel that's much more reasonable for Kang and what I'd want, but you can switch those out as well. But looks pretty cool overall. I love the big chair design and Kang to sit in. I love that we get the face option. So if we want to use that other figure as Kang, we can put a different face on this and have it as a different variant of him. But just overall, just looks nice and awesome with Kang in his time chair. Just looks amazing. And then from G.I. Joe's, we have Starduster, whose real name is Edward Schuyler. He's a jetpack pilot with specialty in air reconnaissance and helicopter assault. He was a former circus trapeze artist that was able to use his skills while swinging from a helicopter or using a jetpack. So, of course, not a whole lot more information than that about him, but he looks really nice here. Love this design. Of course, the body is pretty much all Duke that we've had before, especially like the retro carded Duke, just complete repaint of that, which is what Joe used to do back in the day. So they did that the same here, just switched out the face with this face design that looks pretty good overall. You know, just a nice looking face, nothing wrong with it at all. He's got the shorter brown hair that's got the longer hair on top slicked over to the side, just decent overall. But I love how he's got the real light blue color shirt, like I said, exactly like Dude, has the Joe logo there on the side, a little like ringing or whatever insignias there, like pin there on his chest, has the bandolier with the grenade around it in tan this time. Then we go down to his pants that are in light blue as well, but have a nice green camo like print on them, so it looks pretty nice. nice. We get a thigh holster. He's got some gloves that come up his hand. Love how it's got like a bigger cuff on him. That's pretty nice with like the dark gray color, and then down to his boots in that dark gray color as well, and has a sheath around his ankle as well. So just a really nice figure design. Love the colors of it. And of course, once we give him all his accessories, just think he looks pretty neat. Now moon-wise, we get that that'll twist all the way around. You look down that far and up that far, so not the best range, unfortunately, but not horrible. We get the shoulders that come up to 90 with the butterfly back and forth, and we'll rotate around. Get the bicep twist and the double elbow, which again with those pinless joints are really stiff, but can bend up that far, which is really nice. Then we get the wrist that'll twist around, and this should have, the hinge up and down. Hand, of course, doesn't really move too much, but it does move a little there. Then we go to the ab crunch, so we get that upper ab crunch, you can see, so crunch back and forth and twist around a little. Doesn't feel like it twists all the way around. It's kind of, oh, there it goes. There, it'll twist all the way around. And then we go down to the waist. That'll crunch back and forth and twist around. Then we go down to the hips up towards 90, out to the side, can do the splits with those drop down hips, thigh twist all the way around, the double knee joint, again pinless, so real stiff there, but can bend up that far to the back, then shin twist at the top of the boot, and the foot will flex back and forth and twist side to side. So pretty good movements all around, stiff in some spots, so not the easiest to get the move, but once you do, it's got pretty good range. So overall, not bad at all for the figure. But we do get a number of accessories with him. He comes with some additional hands, so we get some fist hands to go along with his grip hands, and then also some like action hands. So we get the hand that's usually used with like Commander Cobra, with like the gripping hand, the wide grip that you put like a ball design in, and then the pointing finger as well for leading. Then he comes with extra accessories to go on him. So first we get a pair of binoculars, so we can put this on. Of course, I feel they wouldn't work out too well with that bandolier. Maybe just have it a little off to the side there. We could have that. He comes with some helmets. So first we get the steel core helmet, so if you want to have it just as a faceless guy, you could have bought multiple of these and just had a faceless steel core in the blue colors, which looks nice overall. But we can also just give him the helmet. Again, came with that retro Duke as well with a little visor on it, so we can put this on it in the light blue color, so I think it'll look good. So yeah, of course not the coolest helmet design, but we do get the visor we can put down in front of his face, especially if he's jumping out of a helicopter or using the jetpack or something, sort of protect him there. So like I said, definitely not the coolest design, but I do like that a lot still. Then move into weapons, we get a knife that we can put down in that sheath on his ankle, so we get the nice knife design there. We'll slide in the sheath, so you can store it right down in there. We also get the pistol, nice black pistol, looks sort of realistic, a little bit of futuristic design on the end of it there, but we can put this into the holster here on his right thigh, so it'll store right down in there. Then we get bigger weapons, so we get this rifle. We've seen this, looks pretty nice for whatever rifle sort of design that is, but looks good overall. I always like that one, but then also probably given this one, he comes with this shotgun, or no, a grenade launcher. I always think it's a shotgun, but a grenade launcher, which looks pretty cool, comes with the strap. Of course, not the easiest, so it'll get in the way, but let's put this into his hand. So there I got the grenade launcher in his hands. Not the easiest to get on, as you see, I had to get the stock like there in the back and everything, but did get it in his hands, so we got that worked out. Then of course, as I mentioned, since he does fly a jetpack, we do get the jump jetpack, so it looks nice. We've seen this before with like that steel core 2-pack and everything. Looks good with this more like really dark, like blue-green sort of color. Nice star on the design there with the 2 tanks, and we can plug this into his back. So there he's got the jetpack on, and then it comes with 2 effects that we can stick in the bag. So we get flame effects shooting out of the tanks there to propel him through the air. So now we can have him flying around with those jetpacks there like that. Of course, we need a stand to put him on to have him flying around. We can have him using the grenade launcher there and stuff. That'd be pretty cool. But overall, pretty nice design there for Starduster. I think it looks awesome. Love the blue colors and just the design overall. I just wish it'd work out a little bit more. Like I get the accessories in his hands and all that, but still looks cool. And as I mentioned, it is just pretty much a repaint of Duke. So here's that retro Duke. And again, you'll see all the same design just repainted here in the blue colors and stuff for Starduster, but just a complete reuse of that. And overall, a pretty cool figure. Love, like I said, the colors and designs, all that, and coming with the jetpack and everything makes him look really cool. So now we got Starduster that we can have flying through the air, and he'll look awesome doing it. So very cool to get this Starduster figure added to our collection. Well, that's it for our Hasbro Pulse Con exclusive figures of the Marvel Legends Kang the Conqueror with chair, and then G.I. Joe Classified Series Starduster. So both of these are really cool and nice figures to add to the collection. Like I said, Kang not really much different besides his face plates, and then the chair, which is really cool. And then Starduster, a new character added to the collection, looks awesome as well. But let me know what you thought of these 2 figures down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know with that like, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to see more. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.